Assalamu alaikum and peace be to all who seek the guidance. I hope that you all are doing well. Okay, we have been looking around on social media and we see all this 50-50 and people, women want traditional men and all of that kind of stuff. And I just thought that I would shed a light about this issue. I feel that there's been a lot of disrespect towards the average man and the ones who are poor. Being poor is not a crime. Being average is not a crime. Some people are born with restricted resources and some people are born into wealthy families. You can't you you can't really prevent that. Some people they go from riches to rags, and some people go from rags to riches. But most people are average. In most societies, you have 40%. You have 80% and more who are average and poor, and the rich would be around 20% and under. Most societies, that's how it is set up around the world. So the whole idea of chastising men for being poor or average is ridiculous, right? It's just absolutely ridiculous and asinine. So what I would say to that is, you have to look for people of virtues, and that is why Islam is such a blessed way of life. It gives us practical guidance. Our Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, taught us that a person is married for a person is married for about four things: the person's beauty, their wealth, their lineage, and their religion or their virtues. The Prophet, peace be upon him, advised us to marry somebody based on their virtues. So, what makes a high value man or what makes a high value woman is a person's integrity, is a person's virtues. That is what makes a person of integrity, right? Or character. These are important things. So, for example, a person who may be poor, you ignore him, but you don't know his dreams, you don't know what his aspirations are, you don't know his ambition, you don't know what it is, what is his plan, and so on to be better, or what is his character like. And a lot of women, they ignore these men and they want to go for a rich man. There are some rich men, there are a number of rich men on the earth, they're very, very wicked. They use their power to oppress others. They abuse the women. We're not saying all the rich men are like this, but we find that people who are only concerned about their money instead of focusing on their virtues, they become very, very evil on the earth, and you have women who are very, very miserable in these relationships. So we must not focus on just money, we must look at virtues. And a lot of women, a number of women, especially in the Caribbean landscape, they overlook men who are simple men, the average men, and they look for superficial nonsense. Maybe the most popular guy at school, or the guy who does illegal activities. You do these kind of guys, and then when you're run over, you're in your 20s and so on, and you're run over by these men, you're run through by so many men, and then you reach in your 30s and your 40s and you cannot get someone to settle with, then you blame all men. You say, oh, all men are dogs, all men are evil, all men are this and all men are that. But no, it is your irresponsible choices and choosing of men and ignoring good men. You have to ask yourself, how many good men have you rejected? How many men you found were not of your standard? God Almighty sent to you, but because you were impolite, because your heart was dark and evil when these men came to you and approached you, because of the way that you turned them away, Allah put a darkness on your heart, a seed on your heart, so you could not see that good man. And then Allah continues to leave you in your misguidance. And then you picked up the wicked men of the earth and they began to abuse you. And today you are now a bitter, evil woman. But we seek refuge from Allah from that. And we want to encourage our men to continue working on themselves. Even if you are average or you're poor, you continue to work on your self-development. Don't be fooled by the glitters of this world, because you have to die someday. Young people are dying in our world today. People are dying. People are really dying. So you can go at any time. Okay, babies are dying. Young people are dying. People full of life, they're dying. So it doesn't make sense to race for the wealth. Nothing wrong in working hard and allocating your funds properly, but you should not make it all about wealth. You should make it all about your virtues and ensure that when you die, you can make a pact, you can reach your Lord and stand in front of Him on Judgment Day because of your deeds. And that's what makes you a high value man. A high value person is one who worships Allah alone without any partners, without any associates. That is a high value person. A person who has deep spirituality. This is a high value individual. Let us look for high value people and let us not scorn the average man and the poor in society. You have yourself a wonderful evening, and peace be to all who seek the guidance. Good night. And don't forget to like and comment and follow. Let's get this to 1,000 followers so that we can have this discussion. Let your social worker come. I'm a social worker by profession, so follow me, add, comment, like, so that we can have a discussions, because I've got many more discussions to take place. We can do some live, and you can come on the live, and we can have some really healthy discussions together.